Greetings, gardeners. It is happy Saturday morning, late April here. It's April 20 something. So I thought today what I would do is a before and after. A few things since the last video. Got some nice growth on the spinach and peas, the kale in the back. Everything's going to plan. So what I'm going to do today, I've got a lot of work to do. First thing, I need to pull all these maple helicopters out of here because they just drive me bananas, and they're going to go. Earlier in the week, I got some companion flowers put in. I bought the alyssum at the garden center, but the French marigolds, I put one there, put one in the center and one over here. There's some zinnias up front. These are cut and come again zinnias that I'm going to keep in the front, so I'll have some flowers to attract pollinators and to just beautification of my desk. So I got those in. I got some, there's leaf mulch on top of here. I might dig it in. I might empty this bag of compost. These are 2 arches that I bought over. So this year what I'm going to do is put an arch from here and come over to the beginning of this side. And I'm going to put it hopefully like from here to here. So I'll be able to walk through. This is the plan for the garden. So I've got it kind of all figured out. Once I pull all that lettuce, I'm going to put an artichoke dead center, some sunflowers behind it. And all these things are fine with the companions so everything is good. This cover will come off maybe in 2 weeks, right around Mother's Day. So that will come off. And yeah, so this is me arriving. The only thing I did was I'm checking on my beets in here. I had some beets that I'd started at home that I put in, and I'm just checking here. I keep having to reseed these beets, and it's like some of them come up and then a lot of them don't. So I'm going to keep my eye on that. I'm going to dig out some of these. And I'm going to put some in-ground fertilizer around all those brassicas in the back. That's the plan for today. Yep, that's it. I'm going to get some neem oil on that kale. Something's eating it. And we're just going to keep it moving. Okay, guys. And here is the finished result. So I didn't plant much today. But what I really wanted to do was get these arbors in, and I can't wait until they get covered in plants, because right now all this unevenness drives me to madness, and I couldn't decide. It took me a minute for the first one to figure out the width. So I put them at the edge of my plot here. I'm going to put some pole beans in to come up over here. And then what I did, because pole beans fix nitrogen, I'm going to put some beans on the inside of here. Although I just found out I'm not supposed to plant beans next to beets. So I might skip this pole and start here. And I'm going to put the pole beans on here to have them climb up. Last year I had them on teepees. I had some 6-foot bamboo stakes, teepeed them, and the pole beans looked at those teepees that were, over my head. So they were about 5.5 feet tall or so. And they looked at that height and laughed out loud. And so that's why I got these arbors. Also, if you know me, my plot's going to be cute. So there's going to be that. So I'm going to get some pole beans here. And then I'm going to put tomatoes in the front. Tomatoes are heavy feeders. So I'm going to have my tomatoes and basil in this section here. And I might put some bush beans along the edges where they're away from the trellis, like along this edge line here. So if I put the tomatoes like in a row, I'm either going to put them straight in the row or like, you know, stagger them. But the beans fix nitrogen in the soil, so I might put a row of bush beans down here, the pole beans over here with the tomatoes in the middle. Once I'm done with these, this seed experiment, listen, if these take too long for these little pods to develop seeds, I'm going to pull them anyway. I checked the weather, and it's going to be down into 40 next weekend, which is the weekend I was going to put my tomatoes and peppers in, but that's not going to happen because it's still too cold. Mother's Day is what everybody says. It's May 10th. It's 2 weekends. And so that just might be the weekend. So if these things don't make pods in 2 weeks, I'm just going to pull them. But I'm going to put my eggplants where these are, and my peppers in here. Now, I put some leeks in the ground. I followed the directions on the packet, but then I was reading my garden book today, and it said that leeks should go in the fall, because they need to like overwinter or freeze or something. So I'm going to have to reevaluate this little section here. A lot of work today. I had to go home, use the restroom, and come back. But, and I didn't really touch any of the plants. I did move these, at least some. They were a little bit too far in. I moved them a little bit further out. But that's it. Everything's looking good. These are pretty solid. What I did was I used this fork to dig super deep down in the soil so I could push these down in there. And then, I reinforced it with my foot, shored up the soil down there. So they're not going anywhere. They're pretty solid. So there's a lot of work for today, but we're done. Until next time.